Greetings, Facebook, YouTube, or any of those places that this video may reach. And for those of you that have not had the pleasure of meeting me, I'm Tatiana. You can follow me on my Instagram at Tatiana1672 or my Twitter at Tatiana1672, or you could just simply Google Tatiana Williams. Okay, today's topic is in reference to an email that I got last night from a young man on my Facebook. And it was about 2 o'clock in the morning, and I'm like, oh, Jesus, I know you're not going to ask me these serious questions at 2 o'clock in the morning. But I gave him a little brief about how I felt about the situation, and I told him that I would make a video in reference to the situation. And his question was, what would you tell a parent who just found out that their child was a homosexual? So I told him, and I'm going to say to you all what would I say to a parent as briefly as possible. When you carry a child for 9 months, you vow to protect, to nourish, to love, to cherish, to understand, to show compassion, to raise this child to the best of your ability. You make that vow. When it comes to this place and this what we call a world, it takes a village to raise a child. You have to give that child that armor, that protection, that strength, that courage to survive out there in that world. Because I'm going to say this, when it comes to life, before we can even get to the LGBT community in that part, just life in general is a challenge for a person, for a young adult or a young child trying to survive out there. So when you tag on your child being homosexual, the ridicule and all the stuff in the demeaning and all the derogatory things that he or she has to deal with when they're out there in that world is enough in itself. And when you come home to family, that's what you want to come home to. You want to come home to that love and that understanding and that compassion. You don't want to walk through the door and get slapped right back in the face. Because what happens is you send that child in a place where they feel voided in the world. That's when those suicide rates start to go up because they feel like they don't belong anywhere. They feel like there is no place for them. So I say to you, whatever the situation may be, you have to treat this like, even if you want to say it's a mental problem, even if you want to say that it's a sickness, treat it as such, my sister, my brother. And I say to you, my grandmother, my grandfather, and my mother and my father, it's not your job to say what's sin or what your child is doing wrong or right in reference to how they feel mentally. Your job is to raise that adult to be the best adult that they can possibly be and to protect them for they can honor you as well as you're honoring them. That's what your job is to do. I understand that some people may feel that it takes away or it doesn't feed into who you're supposed to be as a family unit or to the brand of your family. But at the same time, everything is not textbook. That's not how life is designed. And I say to you, people would say, oh, the Bible is this when they reference to their children. The Bible say this and the Bible say that. But at the same time, this is someone you've never seen. But the Bible also say you're not supposed to judge. And that's what you do. I say to you, my mother and my father, when it's all said and done, when the rubber meets the road, that's still your child. That's still your blood. That still belongs to you. You have to take into consideration. We have enough to fight against. All your child is asking you for, to love them as much as they love you. That's what it's about. It's not about you doing anything wrong or they're doing anything right or they're doing anything wrong. The fact of the matter is, and it's not your fault, because your child can still become that productive, that educated, intelligent individual that he or she wants to be and be in that community. Once upon a time, people will put stereotypes onto the homosexual community, but it's a whole different background now. When you look at the media and when you look at things in life, it's a different day and time. It's a different day and time. All you should do is give that child the love and understand where he or she is coming to, and just listen to them. Because what happens is you make it all about you. And the situation, you make it all about you. But this is the thing, my mother and my father, you lived your life. That's not for your life to live. That's for him or her to live. You've done yours. You did your job. And you let them do their job in raising themselves. I thank you for taking the time out to listen. I love you. I love you some more. And I need you to check out the forum with me and a group of girls. It's called The Real Heat. THAREALHEAT. And we will be addressing these issues along with sending you places and referrals to where you can get some help. Because I can't tell you how to handle this situation and deal with the emotion that you may be dealing with in a brief video on Facebook, but I can talk to you one-on-one. I can send you to people to talk to one-on-one so you can get a better understanding of how to treat and love your child as the human being that he or she just wants from you. All they're simply asking for, mother and father, can you just respect me and let me be me? I thank you all. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.